Hello everyone and welcome to episode 111 of the 10-minute modeling challenge. So many ones there, I cannot hardly even keep track of it. And it's going to be exciting today. Apparently, Arvid has posted in the Discord channel that it's the official NUN day or something. So none your business, we're going to make a NUN. And I'm going to actually I'm actually going to turn one of my Invenzian's low poly characters into a NUN. So I'm going to start with one as a template. Thought that it'll mix it up a little bit instead of modeling it from scratch. But if you're interested in modeling a character like this from scratch, do you know what I've got for you? Well, you should know, because I've got a video just for you. It's a full course, 2 hours, and every step of the way I describe exactly what to do. And I've had some good feedback on the comments, apart from one guy that thought it sucked and said, yeah, I can't follow along. So apologies to you who didn't like it, but a lot of other, 99% of other seem to like it. So check out for the yellow thumbnail in my channel history, and it's also linked in my description here as well. So a 2-hour video teaching you exactly how to model and animate and do everything, rig these type of characters. So if you follow that along, you'll be able to jump in on creating your own NUN as well, maybe with nunchucks, who knows. So I'm going to be modeling that today, and first a bit of interesting news, because I've made something different. Well, do you know the palette texture I've been using for all these years when I've done my 10-minute modeling challenge? Well, there's a new version of it, and I call it the Invenzia Pixpal. So it's a pixel palette this time, and I've switched from bilinear filtering back to closest neighbor. And have a look at this. Let's look together, shall we? Check this out. It's packed full of cool features. I'm going to expand and zoom in a bit. If we have a look here, this character, for example, uses the red on his shirt here can be found up here on the left, and the black here on the eyes is like a black and white, easy to go to here at the top. And the blues are down here. And this is really cool because I've thought a lot about this.
Big brain pumping out some thoughts there.
And I've tried to lay it out quite intuitively. So let's go through it together. I'll be using this palette today for my video, and also I'm going to be uploading it. It's not uploaded just yet because I might need to do some tweaks of it before I release it, because I want to be there should be some sort of an official release. So in the top left, we've got our standard colors. So anything that you put here, and I've really thought this through. So I've divided it into the color wheel here, which is 360 degrees. So I've got 36, so 10 hue steps on each of these frames. And then top left of each of these quadrant frames here is the actual pure color. So this is totally red, 255 on the red channel and 00. And then I just increase the brightness here on the x-axis, and on the y-axis here going down, I go with darker. So I can desaturate the colors to the right, and I go darker to below here. And that means I can cover the whole spectrum here, going from red to white, and then to a deep red, and then to a desaturated red. And it's a bit difficult to see here, but if we take this top, for example, we can see that if I go, so from this bright color here, I can move it down to a desaturated or nearly like a pink color here, or I can go down to, and see it looks quite different on the actual mesh here. We look on the on the mirrored side here. So these are really desaturated reds here. So it should be quite easy to pick either a saturated color, bright color, a desaturated color, or a dark color. Top left is your standard quadrant. And then we move over to the glow quadrant here as well. So the next one, which is quite handy here, is if we want something to shine, let's say we want let's say he's got a telephone or something. So let's just grab a copy of that. He's going to get 2 telephones now. But let's say this was a telephone here. L to select the linked, and then I'll just change this. And you got a grayscale on the right next to it here as well. So go for like a dark color there. And if you wanted this display to shine now, I just do I to inset, and then I move it to this glow. And you can select the strength. Basically, it's just exactly the same palette, so you can just transfer the colors over. So let's say we wanted it to shine a bit blue there. So we've got our phone here, and it's got emissive color. If I wanted to go even brighter, I can move it up to here. So super bright, or maybe just a dim emissive color here. So down here you've got some common colors for trees. So when you do trees, different shades of greens and gradients here. And the nice thing with these is that you can actually, like, let's say we take the top here, then here I'll do project from view there. You can actually still put them up here, scale X down, and you can put the gradients here as well, scale Y-axis. So these are going to be for trees where they actually fade towards dark, like an ambient occlusion thing, where it goes to a darker color, and you have your autumn leaves here, you got your cherry blossoms and everything like that. And then I put wood colors here, so this is going to be good for when you do wood objects, different shades of tree trunks or chests or floor panels or something. And then you got different rock gradients here that could suit different canyon styles or cold and warm type of things. You got bushes, very similar to the trees, but you can customize these a little bit as well if you want. And then different gradients of ice over here as well. One of the big differences here now is that you can get metal on it. So if I grab the phone stuff here from this one down to a metal color here, let's go for a metal gray there. Then it's actually a shiny metal now on the phone. So maybe it'll make more sense if I bevel this a little bit. So you can see that it's got a nice shine to it. And you can actually change the how shiny it should be. So you can go to like a blue shiny here. You can go to a duller one or even a super dull metal here. This works really good for the chest as well. A few episodes ago, I modeled a low poly chest, and I tried this palette out, and it looks super good. I like it a lot. Maybe it's a little bit too shiny, but for maybe a blingy type of chest, you could do it. And I did a gold one and a silver one and an iron one, and I put that into Unreal Engine to see what that was like. And I'm really happy with the result, and it's super fast to either like a matte color here or a glowy color or all the different nature colors. And there's even a mirror color here, so you can actually get a proper mirror finish on this thing. So this would be like a pure mirror, and also you got your grayscales. Check this out as well. We've got actually an animated texture here. And now you can see that this is actually flickering now because it's animating these, it's scrolling these textures. So if you wanted to change, maybe I wanted to make it like a raster effect. So if I tab into edit on this one, just reset this one, scale it down, scale it on the x-axis, put it here. You could do like a matrix effects or something like that on the phone. Ooh, it's got double phones now. It's jumping like this because it's a short animation, but it actually doesn't jump. Let's go to like 200 frames or something. So it just keeps panning forever. And this works in game engines as well, Unreal Engine and Unity. I've created the material in there. It works really good. The way it works is actually that I've created a special shader for this. I'm going to tidy this up a little bit. That's why I haven't released it just yet. But it's using 3 different textures to achieve this. This is the colorized texture. If I go to the drop down here, we can see that we've got the emission texture. So you've got the emissive colors and the grayscale here. And here are these that are scrolling as well. These ones are controlled here by a 3rd texture. So we've got the attributes here. So anywhere where there's blue, it's actually panning the texture from, that's why they are spanning all the way from the top to all the way in the bottom here. Wherever there's red channel here, that's how the metalliness or the metallic amount. So it goes from dull metallic here, and then the red channel increases here, and the mirror here has got a full red channel, but it's yellow because it's also got the green channel. Then that green channel here controls some call it smoothness, some call it roughness. So this is, we've got the metallic on the red channel, and we've got the roughness or smoothness on the green channel. So these two work really well together, and we can achieve this. And for example, you can also, let's get this like RGB effect here as well. So you can scale the UVs depending on how fast you want it and how slow you want it. And I think one thing that's really cool about this one, let's say we had, if I go Shift A, now let's just duplicate that one, right click, subdivide, and then we'll do our traditional, just a quick thing before we get started here. I'll just control here. Let's pretend this is something like a letter or something. Just control right click to extrude this one. And normally you could put like a neon color on this one. So let's say we wanted this cyan glowy color there for neon, but also maybe you want this one to flicker, and you can actually achieve that now. So I just move it onto this texture here. And when you press play now, you'll get the little neon flicker. One of them is doing it a little bit more than the other. So if you had like a sign or something, you can also move it, the UVs here, to the one that's right to the right of it. It's got a little bit less flicker. Maybe we'll do that for the pink one. And it just has this little faint little flicker occasionally like that. So maybe like a bar sign or something like that, open or closed. So still playing around with this, but so far it's working really good, and I'm happy with it, and I'm excited to see what I can create. Here's another news item. I'm going to be live streaming some modeling sessions because I want to update more assets for my patrons mainly, and I also want to update an asset pack for the Unity Asset Store and for the coming Fab store that Epic is releasing. And my patrons on the Hero tier will get access to all the stuff. I'll just keep uploading whatever I create there to them. And huge thank you to you guys. You're actually saving me a bunch right now. So that's what I would give back as much as possible that I can to my patrons. And I'll also scale down some of the ones for the game dev tier and for the lower tier as well, for the tutorial tier. So I'm going to be uploading those there, and then I'm also going to be selling them as assets. And I want to just add loads of character and loads of props, and people can hopefully create super cool games and animations with it. All right, nearly there now. I just want to do one more news item, and that is, I didn't even know that Blender 3.6 was released. And normally I'm not super fast to jump on them, but there's one thing that I was really excited about. And in Blender 3.6, there's always cool stuff, of course, but when I scroll through the release stuff here, well, performance is cool. We like that, and we like the different features, but this one caught my eye. La 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 la. Here, time to pack. Check this out. I've always had issues with the way Blender packs the UVs, and I've actually used UV Packmaster 3, which is paid add-on, which is absolutely fantastic, and you should still get that one if you can, because it's super good. I'm not paid to say that, I just like it a lot. But this is a huge improvement. If you go to the packing menu, and in the Blender 3.5, it packs it pretty good, or okay-ish, but UV Packmaster packs it a lot better. But in version 3.6, and it's pretty fast, it packs it a lot better. And I'm really excited about that, because not everyone can afford the UV Packmaster add-on, and this one is just a huge improvement on the amount of coverage that you get from your, you don't waste as much space. So I'm really excited about that, and hopefully you like it too. All right, now we're actually going to be modeling though. So that was one of the longest intros I've done in a long time. So let's just jump into the modeling. Let's model ourselves a NUN. NUN conversion in 3, 2, 1. Let the transformation begin. We're counting down. Yes, we are. Control or tab into edit mode. 8. We'll just box select these, scale down to 0, and I'll put like not a pitch black, because it's a bit easier to see if I go for like a dark gray. And we need to do something about the head here. So they've got some sort of, I don't know if it's called a veil, but it's like some sort of a head garment, whatever. So I'm gonna go maybe from here, control select to there, shift select to there, control select to there. A lot of selection here. And maybe that one too. Alt E, extrude long face normals. And here we go. We've got a good start here. Control R, I'm going to be putting like a white thing here behind here. And just go for not a full white, because I want to have ability to shade it slightly. And here we need to go black. So shift and like manual select a bunch of these. Here we go. NUN. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. And there we go. Oh, shiny head. We're not going to go there. So that's it. I'll expand this one a bit. G. Oh, and of course I missed one. Or didn't I? Did I? It looks very shiny to me. Yeah, of course I did. And here we can extrude these down. I don't know how far these go, but E to extrude. And usually this one stays the wrong color on the inside. No, we're okay. And with the arms there, it's going to be a bit tricky, so I think I'll just E to extrude. I'll do it a little bit. It should probably go down over the arms here as well, but I'll make it a little bit easier on myself. E to extrude. It feels like this is not black. And it isn't. A, G. Now it's black. That's it. Oh, and this one, it's always next to the face there. G, move it. That's it. And I want to move them up a little bit so I can see what I'm working with. There we go. And now I need to do something about the waist here as well. I'm going to make the legs a lot skinnier here as well first. You never know what they've got under these things, do you? And nor should you know, probably. And I hate that word, nor. Ever since I learned that word, nor, I've hated it. Because it just sounds wrong. It sounds like you're trying to say or, but you failed. So we're going to go for like some sort of I don't even know what skin color tone I use. Let's go. Yeah, it's pretty close. That's it. And before we get into trouble here, I'm gonna probably Control R to loop cut down, Alt S and G to move that. And I'm gonna move this in a lot here because I don't want the legs to go through the garment too much. So it doesn't really matter what it looks like under here. Again, they probably became a NUN in the first place for some reason. So let's go there, there, but we do have to put something on here because otherwise that's probably an offense of some sort. Who knows, maybe they don't have anything under there. But let's put something white on there. And now let's select these and E to extrude this, scale, and we always again get the issue where it does not color the interfaces there. This one was better, just Control plus it instead. And this is going to be a pain to animate. Anything long that goes all the way down to the legs here is always going to be difficult because it'll like go through when you animate it. Always a pain. But we can, I think a lot of the game models, as far as I know, they don't actually put any geometry under there at all if it's like long clothing. And even when you put pants on, there's no legs underneath it. It's just pants, and then they've got a little part where the shoe and the foot goes up into the leg, and then they just treat it as separate meshes. So, but it's a bit of an art on its own to try to do that. And I should, here we need to have something on, we need to color this white, I think. There. And GG, and we'll put a cross on there as well. I've got this metal. I'll put a big shiny cross on it. Should probably be wood or something, but let's put a big blingy metal cross since we can now. So I'm just gonna do, how should I do that? I'll do Control R. No, I won't. I think I'll just Shift T that one. Yeah, let's go for it. Mr. T, Shift T. Shifty, and scale Y-axis. Let's just flatten that down on the Y-axis there. Scale Y0. That's right. And scale Z. That's it. And how should I do this? Control R maybe. Loop cut. Control R and E to extrude. Okay, that's no good either. How do I just get... This is the simplest thing of them all. Let's do it. Let's check. I just want it on the same plane, so I'll extrude that, or just move that to there probably. Control R, and then GG, slide that in a little bit. Control R here, Control R. I just want it to be on the right plane here. And then we can just delete these faces. There. And how am I doing for time? 4:46. And E to extrude. That was a long way to do a cross, right? Rotate. Okay, I'm probably in medium point and global. Yeah. Rotate X, G. Let's move this vertex in a little bit here. G, L, G. And now let's see if we can make this metal. A shiny metal cross. Let's make it gold or something. Proper bling. Okay, we've got an issue now where it's actually, this is because of the weight paint. So I need to, let's Control G, remove from all. And then I need to do Control G. We need to set the active group here. Control G, set active group. Let's link it to the spine 2, which is the upper spine. Control G, assign to active group. And that should keep the cross there. Yeah. It's like a brass. It's not really gold, but we need gold. Gold NUN here. So expensive cross there. They're in it for the money, I think. That's what the NUNs are. And should we put some sort of a chain on it as well? We should have something probably. How should we do that? I don't know. Shift D. Let's do the usual. Rotate, scale, and then E to extrude. And then I'm just going to do E to extrude, R to rotate. Control right click maybe. That's it. That can also be like a gold chain, right? G. They're in it for the money. We've sussed it. That's why it's NUN day now. They need more money probably. Am I gonna get in trouble now for saying stuff like this? Probably. That's a blingy cross. I should make it dangle as well and make sounds. So should we make her look a little bit more innocent? Smaller eyes? Yeah, that's definitely more innocent. And then we should probably rotate this and G. How am I doing for time? I've like totally lost track of it. 2:48. So what more should we do for the NUN? Maybe I wanted the sleeves to be a bit wider here. Ooh, there. And how was the animation for what? We got issues where it's actually coming through there. So we can fix this slightly. Control plus H to hide this. And then I'll just make this, first of all, the legs even skinnier. Move them back a little bit. There. And that sort of fixes it, but not enough. So we need to go into weight painting now. I'll keep that metal. I like that metal glow there. But should we do, maybe, Scooby-Doo. Something on the neck here as well. Scale G needs to come up a little bit higher with the white. I mean, the NUN is pretty done, to be honest. So I'll just going for some bonus points here. Oh, we have to get her back dressed here. G. And should we let's give her some definition here as well. It's one of them NUNs. Here we go. Scale it down. There we go. It's quite beefy arms, right? more character if I do it like that. What else? Maybe this one comes out a little bit. And I think they show more of the forehead like this. And how we're doing arms is okay. I'm actually going to try to get these on the same color now. Scale 0. And that's it. How am I doing? 1 minute. So we should probably just, I mean, like I said, the NUN is pretty done. But I'll maybe I should just weight paint this one a little bit to follow the legs a little bit more. So if I remember this, Control Tab weight paint. Then we need to show the armature, and I need to select this leg. You shift select that leg. Shift select. Hello. Why is it not shift selecting? Have I disabled something? Control Tab weight paint. Okay, I've gone into some sort of a weird selection mode here. Draw. Shift right click. No? Have they changed it? How do I select the bone? Oh yeah, I know why. I know why. Because I need to select this armature first, then shift select this, and then Control Tab, and then weight paint. Then I can shift select here. And we've actually got no weight on this, so I need to there, and then I need to. Ooh, how am I doing? 9 seconds. So strength, I'm just gonna reduce the strength a little bit. And paint. There. That's it. Time. That's a bit of a waste of time in the end, but I think it's been a while since I went in that menu. We can look probably to see if we still have penetration. Let's go there. So we see there, we can fix this, I'm pretty sure, by just weight painting up this leg now. I feel less stressed now, so this is, again, tinker time. We all know about that. Weight, let's go up to here. Weight. And I can paint it. It's a bit difficult to see, though. But I want to try. Why is it so difficult to see? And why is it not painting hardly anything? Here we go. So by painting the lower leg onto this part of the garment, should be able to get it to come out a little bit further. More strength. Give me strength. Doesn't feel like it's working. There we go. Just needed more power. I think it's okay if it goes a little bit through, but let's have a look there. I think that's better. Let's hide the armature. Still get a little bit through. I think, do you know what I'll do? To hide that from the low poly model, I'm actually gonna give her some tights here. Because if these are the same color, you won't really see when they come through like that. It'll be perfectly fine. That's it. I think this should probably go further down as well. I don't know. Oh, we need to put it back on. There we go. I think we gave it. Maybe I'll move this one in a little bit more. I know this one should be hanging down more, but we could try to do it. Rotate G. And here's always a tricky one. If you want to extrude this one, but you want to have it connected there, it's always a bit of a pain to do it. Control R, maybe I can do it like this. Select this one. And then select that one. Merge at last. And then select these two. Merge at last. So that was one way to do it. I think that's it. G. Yeah, that's our NUN. NUN is done. I don't know why I banged that. Probably made a stupid sound. All right, folks, there we have it. We converted the template guy into a NUN in about 10 minutes. And again, just as a reminder, as if I didn't say enough in the beginning, check out the link in the description. You can go to the course where I actually spend 2 hours and walk you through every step of the way to create the template character and how to rig it, how to get everything to work the way you want it. And then you'll be able to pump out characters like this NUN here in no time. You can make 10,000 NUNs if you wanted. Don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can make loads of them. Or anything else, maybe a monk as well. All right, give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, and don't forget to subscribe. And thanks again to my patrons. Remember, I'll be uploading all of these little inventing characters to there, and check out for the live stream as well, and come back to videos. Loads of stuff happening on the channel. I think we've hit rock bottom, and we're heading up now again, because after I moved from Sweden to Australia, I had a bit of a dive because I couldn't really get myself in the goings to create a lot of videos. But I'm starting to get a bit of a routine now, and I'm finding some cool topics as I learn Unreal Engine. I'm getting a lot of good feedback on that, and I can see it in the statistics. The Titanic is rising from the bottom of the ocean now, and we're going to come up, and I'm going to be aiming for 300k first of all, because then I'm hoping to do another 24-hour live stream. For those of you who have been with me in the past, remember, we've actually done 2 24-hour live streams pretty much without breaks, where we just model stuff for 24 solid hours. Thanks to you who actually spent all of that time with me. You actually dedicated a whole 24 hours on a weekend to just hang out in the chat with me. A lot of fun. Hopefully we can do that again at 300k, and then I'm going to be shooting for the 1,000,000. And let's get everyone out there into game development, Unreal Engine, Unity, and I'm going to learn Godot, whatever you call it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So again, thanks for now, and here's the outro. See you in a bit. Bye for now.